Hi, everyone. All right. So today, welcome to Cosmic Thursdays. And we're having a rich discussion about why Egypt is so alive and vast for a lot of us right now. And so, as I was on a podcast earlier, with Hout Hustle, and there's a live recording of that on their YouTube channel if you want to see it. We were talking a bit more in depth about why, and we were just talking about that with our group here. And the energy of the Egyptian guides is still here for you today to partake in on this Thursday cosmic call. So what I'd love to do is invite you into the Halls of Amenti, and we're going to go into that a little bit more, what the Halls of Amenti are for, and certain resurrection codes that come from there that are relevant and information that's relevant for you. So if you'd like to begin to just adjust yourself to receive this attunement and transmission from from Hathor, from Isis, from those that hold us in sacred company right now and walk with us that we know of. There are many, 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 many more we don't know of like we do these guides, but there are many priests and priestesses actually circling around that are brothers and sisters from these ancient times to help you, each and every one of you, assimilate to the unique characteristics that are yours to experience in this lifetime. So that's what the energy is going to be bringing, and I'll explain further as we go along. Before we do, there are some questions that I'll just answer that are from the group. And one is about this new moon energy that we're in right now. And so the new moon is upon us, and it's a new moon. Wow, they're just saying keep right now is a transition time in light in what's happening on the planet, and keep your focus on what you're resurrecting. A new moon of any sort harvests the newness and is a good time to start anything. And what we would advise you to start is to start paying more attention to what what you in particular are awakening to. And that's what resurrection means in general. There are different ways it has shown up, obviously, but what are you resolving in yourself so that you are resurrecting um, either thematically or project wise or spiritually speaking in your cognitive awareness? That those are all examples of resurrection. So as you prepare for any ceremony or connect even right now with the new slice of time that is the timeline of the new moon. That's our, they're saying that's our profound wisdom for you. That's kind of funny. So that's one answer to that question. And then someone else asked what happened to the link in the rose lineage between Isis and Mary Magdalene and Mother Mary, since we're talking about a big time difference between their lives. Who carried the lineage of the rose between those timelines? That's a really powerful question. So um, there have always been many who are the holders and the bringers of the rose lineage. It's actually far more relevant that there are like at any time there have been groups or masses of groups that carry it, not just one specific person or figure or being. So you could start to expand your awareness because we've been showing you that all of you have that running through you because you are masters of a certain lineage yourselves. And as bringers of the Christ consciousness, part of that is known as the rose. And part of that then is inherently the rose line that is threaded throughout most of humanity at this time, whether people know of it or not. It's the rose of the rose is awakening, the rose of ascension is upon many. And as individuals rise into their ascended selves, and especially as they rise into connection, and this is an inward rise, right, to their connection with the golden layer of the Akash that they are as source, as individuated, but also in oneness beings. There's there's a whole and the rose energy now circles the earth. It's think of it as a layer that is awakening in many, many people. Some will never know it as such, but the hearts that open are opened and transmitting that by, we'll just say by many. The open hearts, those who know they have a sacred heart, those who know they are heart-centered beings first and foremost, those who are learning to lead with the heart, those are carriers of this encodement or the energy, if you want to call it that. So there's always been a source of that available on this planet, and there have been different unified groups that have tapped into it. But it was brought to this planet and created as part of the frequency long ago, and now it's greatly, greatly heightened, and you all are very aware of it as you all you could say come from that, but that's because you come from the heart center of knowing, of consciousness, if that makes sense. So that's available to all in Holy Communion within the self. And that's how it's always been for since longer than you might be able to imagine in this plane. And it's also a galactic field that ties many, 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 many beings together, including like everyone we're talking about. So it's very active at this time. There's one more question about astral travel and unusual dreams. The astral travel is in a form, it's a form dreaming is a form of astral travel, but in this specific one's questioning, it's not so much astral travel that's happening while she's dreaming. They're saying it's rather an awakening of the psyche and um, the experiences of the soul's journey. So this goes for many of you who have interesting encounters during your dream time. Uh, yes, it's a form of travel if you want to see it as that. You might experience that you're in a dream in the reality. That is a form of astral travel, but it's more pay attention to why it's presenting itself. What is the medicine of it? What's the story of it? What's the theme? What is the say the clarity you get from it, or the either the resolve, the ending of something, or the starting of something? That's far more important to pay attention to, is what it's bringing you in terms of your own knowing, than really thinking about whether you traveled hither or yonder. Yes, you do. You're multidimensional and you cull from lots of experiences, but we just say this so that you keep it tangible to what is the reality versus illusion in this lifetime, in this time right now, in this time, in this time, in this time. Bring it back to, okay, that was showing me this. That's relevant for this purpose. I want to stop that, or I am finished with that, or I want to start that, or I want to cultivate more of that. Use it like that as a tool for your own, like it's surfaced from your own conscious, subconscious um, consciousness, and it's useful as a tool. Okay, so we'll see if we go to any other questions, but right now we're going to go into the heart space where you connect with the hall within the halls of Amenti. And as we were showing earlier, um, the halls of Amenti are a part of the Akashic records, as you all know the Akashic records to be at this time. You all will continue to evolve your understanding of the reality that is called and the phenomenon that's called the Akashic Records. It will continue to grow as you grow and expand yourselves. Think of the halls of Amenti as a particular source of uh, codes of energy, of wisdom, of timeline regeneration, very specific to uh, life in certain planes and certain playing fields. So we're going to go more into that. So if you haven't already, go ahead and close your eyes and um, be in receiving. There are so many beings. There's Horus and Osiris and Isis and Tahath and Anubis and these many, many, many beings who we know. And again, there are uh, what's going to come forward are the kind of lesser known, but the closely known realm of your brothers and sisters in spirit who were with many of you in certain timelines in Egypt, in ancient Egypt at any time. So they're showing themselves as what we would call priests and priestesses. And we would like to invite you to tune into that realm of guides that are your soul brothers and sisters that are going to be holding your hands during this experience, but also moving forward because we want you to know that there's a very personalized connection with all of this that each of you has. It's not just messages of the gods and goddesses. It's actually a reality wherein there are it's a level playing field for all and soul's journey in these arenas, if you want to call them arenas, for many, many purposes. And there's not a hierarchy as humans are used to seeing them. So relax and soften your bodies. Perhaps take some breaths to soften your shoulders, your jaw, your belly, your awareness, and allow your crown, your vast crown, that might appear like a beautiful, sparkling lotus blossoming open. Allow your crown to open with its own rays, spreading out like the sun's rays around you, and allow that crown to shine points of light and rays of light in every direction around you, opening up your light like an egg of crystalline resonance around you, flowing open your source, Kina Atya Namakawa, and allowing you to become in touch more greatly with your own halls of Amenti. The halls of Amenti are timeline-based sources of wisdom, and they do hold specific answers and codes that each of you do journey into in these, whether you know it or not, in these lifetimes, but also in the in between. And uh, it's a there's an energy of the halls of Amenti that are similar to they're showing me to the stone tablets of the Ten Commandments. Now, that's a whole other discussion and awareness that we could go into some other time, but you know that from stories dating back through your lives as a resource that was bequeathed by God, by the divine for humanity at the time, which still holds. And they've been interpreted in many, 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 many ways. And mm, not the least of which are the versions that you have currently now, which definitely stray from the original transcriptions and the original meanings. But the energy of the wisdom, if you can step out of what you understand of those tablets and step into the notion that there was within those tablets energy of guidance, a very clear guidance and very clear directives for the soul's journey, guidance for the soul's journey here on earth, bringing heaven to earth. That's how they are similar. So take yourself in with that impression, with that notion and idea. Imagine now that you're standing in front of the Pyramid of Giza. And whether you've been there or not, it matters not. Imagine you're standing at the entrance of the Pyramid of Giza. There's a reason we're doing this that will reveal itself. And imagine now what you know if you've been there. We're not replicating that. We're rather going in etherically and energetically. So imagine now that you, with our assistance, energetically walk through an ethereal gateway at the entrance of the Pyramid of Giza, however it is appearing to you. And you walk and you move into the sovereign energy of that sphere, that realm that is cultivated throughout eons to support the vastness of human exploration of the soul and the self. And let yourself walk into what could be an energy bath of sorts, of the energy of the most extraordinary connection of source self in the human body. And this is one way to facilitate that, where your light body, your light being, your consciousness is walking into the vastness of the ethereal version of this template, which is meant, well, it is created as a direct connector of the soul self of source, directly with the sun, directly with your own source. Call it what you will. Kina ania maka'awa. And notice what you notice as you are exploring this regenerative, auspicious timeline. You're actually in a timeline of your own creation at this moment. That's bringing encodement of source connection, the energy of heaven on earth, as above, so below. Mm. And imagine and see, perhaps you can almost feel as if you're touching two emerald green tablets that you come into connection with as you slowly move in this sphere. And these tablets are christened by the Christ light. They're christened by your own soul connection, and they are holy. They are holy as the Ten Commandments. They are holy tablets of knowledge and wisdom, and they are yours. They are yours. They are yours. Each of you has your own connection. Kina apakaya wa atiakawa. And this connection can lead you more deeply into a knowing of your own source self and your own Sophia wisdom. Sophia means wisdom, your own Sophia, your own Christ connection, your own Sophia. Kina awatia namakaya. And allow for these two emerald tablets to part, and in between them, create a space that you can walk through into the Halls of Amenti. Over, overlit by Tahath, overlit by your own highest self, the supreme version of you that is source, overlit by perhaps something intangible. And allow yourself to be bathed in the light. You might experience light filtering through what you're experiencing as the Great Pyramid in different ways, maybe through direct source connection, a column of light, your own pillar of light that is you and all the versions of you shining as source. Or the light might be coming in through all the crevasses all around because you're in tune with multidimensional aspects of you shining inward as you are shining outward. What we intend to bring you is a connection with your own sacred heart through this experience. So bring your awareness as you experience the light within and the light pulsing from source, the light pulsing from your heart. Bring your awareness to your heart. And ask your heart, what does it want you to know about your path at this time? We can help you be very, very specific. For these times are such beautiful times of exploration, and we intend for you to receive some golden wisdom and knowledge from your own source codes, your own records, your own hall. What does your heart want you to know from this connection that you have just now cultivated about your path? So, in connection with your heart, perhaps visualize a path that you're walking on already and allow any words, any visuals, any people or beings to appear for you that are either clues or direct messages about your path right now, where you are moving and why. What is the purpose? Where's the journey moving you? Those could be impressions you're receiving. We'll rest in this energy for a few moments. as you explore. And you might even ask other questions of us, of the brothers and sisters who are here with you. We want you to know us as trusted loved ones, beloved soul path journeyers with you. Perhaps there's a clue for you about a next step. And you might imagine and see the path lined with these brothers and sisters that are your soul compatriots. There are many of them. And notice what they're doing. Notice how they're appearing to you. It's in this space, there's no veil. These are beings you walk with. They're beloveds that you walk with, guides, if you want to call them guides. But beloveds, what are they showing you? How are they appearing? And perhaps what message do they have for you? And now we would encourage you to enjoy this experience as an opening meant to fulfill your desires to have many questions start to be answered, whether they were answered here today or not. You can enter this kind of temple space at any time. These halls are specific to soul path questions, is the way we would say how they're different from other types of journeys that you might go on for yourself. So we've framed it as such. You have a unique path that you're on, and when you want to make choices, this is but one of many ways to illuminate yourself through your own heart's knowing and through the presence of these beloveds. So know that there are so many jewels on this path. Pick them up and take them, bring them in as gifts. Come back here often if you wish, if it calls. And we just are so delighted. We know that you have many, many, many questions, and this is one of the many temple like experiences available in your mm, multidimensional multidimensionality. So it's been our pleasure to connect with you at this moment in time in on your path in your life. And we'll be here. We are always here for you. And this is goes for these brothers and sisters as well as all of the kind of larger beings that we know of by name. And there is a very big presence of Tahath here as a holy one who holds the temple space, holds the temple space. So if you'd like, you might simply bow inwardly to yourself and say thank you to your own presence, your own heart, your own soul and higher self, and to your beloveds here and say, mm, don't go anywhere. I know you're not going anywhere. I'll be back. And thank you. And there's this knowing that they can and will be bringing you gifts of messaging from this beyond space in the future. So regardless of what happened today, they are they're loving beings that again walk with you as souls. And so even in the everyday, pay attention to messages or signs from this realm because they're always there. This is first and foremost meant to be a heart connector that helps you know when they are communicating with you. And so it is. Thank you all for being here.